Won by the Brooklyn Nets. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. It's in the hands of James Harden to Anthony. Sets him up. Can't miss those. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Knocked loose. Count it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden into the front court. Now down 6. Capella. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
And throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Capella to Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden shoots. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Off the assist.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Harden has it up the floor to Paul. Harden to Capella. That one out of bounds off a rocket. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Harden in possession. They find themselves down 10. Mitchell Robinson pins it. Anthony. Mitchell Robinson swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Allen Crabbe. Gordon with it. Trailing by 10. You've got to get that one to go. Another follow. Stays out. Jumper's good.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Mitchell Robinson, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
On the basket, but a shot won't go. Russell with it up top. They lead it by 14. Gets to the basket and scores.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Houston takes over. Paul. To P.J. Tucker. And count the basket inside.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Paul to Lopez. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Not that time. Goes to the right side. Russell. Count the basket at the rim.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
They'll get it down low to Lopez. Can't connect from in close. Russell into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Beyond the arc for three. To P.J. Tucker. Knocked loose. That's going to be out of bounds. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Harden. Slams it down.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
And strokes it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the period. And the Nets enjoying some breathing room. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. And now Houston has the basketball. Paul to Harden. Short jumper stays out.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Hollis Jefferson, defended by Eric Gordon. Russell to Hollis Jefferson. Baseline drive. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and...
From the start, let's do it. Substitutions. Into the game.
Russell matched up with Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not going down here. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Harden with the basketball. His guys down big. Capella to Harden. Here comes the screen. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Paul to Harden. 4-3. Gets it to go.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Great hustle. That's what you like to see. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Russell. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. After the tie-up, they're in position for the jump ball. Russell.
Oh, yeah, let's double shot. Yep.
Count the basket inside. Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
The pass set it all up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Houston with the basketball. Probing the defense. Capella to Paul. Harden. James Harden. 4 out of 10. Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And easy to get back on defense.
Harden with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws.
Double.
From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Paul to Harden. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Tough make through traffic.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
It's James Harden once again. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Capella. From the painted area, won't go down. And scores on the Euro step. Long key from three-quarters court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. Have a look at the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. The Rockets may be in the building. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Here's Harden with the rock. To Paul. He throws it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Well defended. Now Paul with the basketball. Down a bundle. Harden. Driving right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Harden to Paul. Harden to Capella. Throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Harden to the basket, but his shot stays out.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Anthony to Harden. Mitchell Robinson able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Carmelo Anthony with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Message received. Well defended. Capella picked up by the Nets. Cashes in for 2.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Harden in possession. He'll run to Paul. Harden.
Come on, that's money.
Lets it fly from long range. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how.
Capella. Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the block.
Ed, that's like work for a guy with his ability.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Paul across the timeline. His guys down big. Harden to Paul. Here comes the screen. The drive right to the basket. To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Stuffs it down with authority.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now it's Harden, controlling the offense.
Block up. Here you come.
Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Here we go. I got ball.
Fires the 3, and it's Aminu with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Russell with it up top. His guys can get a 2-for-1 if they time this out. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Number 22, Karis LeVert.
Missed the...
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions, Houston. Subbing in.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Russell guarded by CP3. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
For 3, rebound pulled in by Gordon. Gordon with it. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Paul to Anthony. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Ooh, crisp ball. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Russell. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. He gets it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Passed it off. And he finishes at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
The fadeaway burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Wide open look won't go. It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets. The Rockets lost this game long before the final buzzer. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Field goals.
The Brooklyn Nets were tough to beat today considering how well they shot the ball. It's easy to frustrate your opponent when even their best defensive effort doesn't translate into a lead, or more importantly, a win.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Houston Rockets. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't play no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That work, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. Had the friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby. Me like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need a. The face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram.
I've been going and going like the Energizer. Yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, might run a compartmentalizer. They say life is a and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise her. No, I am not an advisor, but I do advise you to pay attention. Never need to mention I'm the heads. Finna push it to the ledge. Yeah, my meds. Ain't got no love for the feds. Can that thing go to your head? Me watch where you tread. I'm finna kill it instead. I'm finna, well, I can never done it, and I wanna run it, and I wanna keep it going and going like infinity. Be the only entity to ever rip it apart. From the start like this, from the heart like this, finna rip it, million miles a minute, no nitrous. Do it right, just I've been down this road before. Everybody think that they do, but they don't. Swear to God that they would, but they won't. Spitting riddles in the middle of a pastime. Me and my mom feeling the vibe like yeah, finna get it like yeah. I done made $20 million. I don't flex to be acknowledged. At this point, it's common knowledge. All you haters been about it. You in the club throwing dollars, but I'm saving mine so my kids go to college. Or maybe whatever they wanna do, just as long as they never say Daddy blew $20 million. Ay, he had to flex to be acknowledged. Ay, he in the club throwing dollars and I cannot afford to send me to college. Ay, Daddy just wanna be loved, just like everybody wanna be accepted. Ay.
All right, what's going on, folks? I'm back today with a brand new highlight video from the one. This time, the baller was going crazy from everywhere. You gotta see this. How many points was that? I can't even keep count of it. The shots was going in. It's got to feel good to be in the zone like that, and you feel like you can't miss. All right, folks, it's K-Spade the Prospect. I'm signing off. Make sure you come back here for more highlights from the one. This ball is going crazy, and I'm going to make sure I cover everything they do out on the court.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I put a residual and f***ing your like it's part of my ritual. Part of the visual, but money you give me it's typical. I wanted it physical. $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable. Don't wanna fall off, so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical. I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I ball on the principle. Remember the teachers is all of my. Now look all of them pitiful. And all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die. Uno, dos, tres. Big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give a if it kills, it mix well. I'm only counting big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give a if it kills, it mix well. I'm only counting. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Proceed with caution. I heard if you taste it, it only results in a hole in your heart. I take the whole cake and I won't leave a portion. It's only an organ. Thank God mama couldn't afford it. The loneliest orphan. I flip my misfortune and grow me a fortune. My rollie is scorching. The hated is slowly endorsing. Not coldly important. My Basani like Tommy and Martin. We ballin' your courtin'. The with your like we turning your heart in. She don't need a. She from all of the money we countin'. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. Still screaming free to find they coming home now. All this up on my I got up now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, all like this. Boy, you get no love, you get stand 10 toes down. My go down, rats can't fold down. My your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the fourth down. We on the hunt, we want more now. We're from the jump, we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce. I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. All up in my face. I don't go nowhere without my brothers, that's my gang. And all up in my space, just getting in the way. I got like 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? And I got 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? Please, on the block that beat like Shady. Every night they, but please don't call them shady. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I gotta for the look, already got good. I got a team full of and really gotta look crazy. I put in a cup, yeah, but that's my baby. I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. I might go MIA. MIA. I might go MIA.
My girl. So you're talking about what?
I beg man, shut up. Let me see you, darling. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. I bet you can. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break bread with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, bun everybody. Everyone. Bang. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you